Sanders says he favors population control to combat climate change. Hi, it's great to have you all with us. If you are new to TST, tap on the subscription button and click the notification bell so you can receive authentic news that you can rely on daily. The CNN Climate Town Hall was a terrifying glimpse into the prospect of total government control of every aspect of your life. It was a peek at what communism would look like in America, and if the press would report it fairly, no Democrat would ever be elected again. The most frightening part of the entire town hall on Wednesday was when Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders said he was in favor of population control. Human population growth has more than doubled in the past 50 years. The planet cannot sustain this growth. I realize this is a poisonous topic for politicians, but it's crucial to face, a teacher said to the senator. Empowering women and educating everyone on the need to curb population growth seems a reasonable campaign to enact. Would you be courageous enough to discuss this issue and make it a key feature of a plan to address climate catastrophe? She said. The senator responded that not only is he in favor of abortions in the United States, he wants to fund abortions in other nations. The answer is yes. And the answer has everything to do with the fact that women in the United States of America have the right to control their own bodies and make reproductive decisions, he said. The Mexico City Agreement, which denies American aid to those organizations around the world that allow women to have abortions or even get involved in birth control, to me is totally absurd. I think especially in poor countries around the world where women do not necessarily want to have large numbers of babies and where they can have the opportunity through birth control to control the number of kids they have is something I very, very strongly support, he said. And Senator Kamala Harris was one of many Democrat presidential candidates who said they want to control what you eat, the Trump War Room said. Kamala Harris says Americans need to be educated about the effect of our eating habits on our environment and says she would change the dietary guidelines to reduce the amount of red meat you can eat, it said. And Andrew Yang, in addition to saying he wants everyone to drive electric cars, also wants to control what you eat. He and other Democrat presidential candidates appeared during a marathon of town halls on CNN on Wednesday. And his idea for combating climate change is to have the government tell you what you and your family are allowed to eat. The UN just released a study that said we're going to be okay if the vast majority of the world goes vegetarian immediately. See that? So it's good for the environment. It's good for your health if you eat less meat. Certainly, meat is an extraordinarily expensive thing on produce from an environmental sustainability point of view. So I think it would be healthy on both an individual and societal level for us to move in that direction. But again, this is a country where there's a lot of individual autonomy, so you can't force people's eating choices on them. All you can do is try to shape our system so that over time we evolve in a productive way, the Democrat candidate said. But make no mistake, he despises the fact that you have individual autonomy. And as his statement shows, he would love to tell you what you are allowed to eat. Democrats, and Yang is no exception, are in favor of the government controlling every aspect of your life. Would you allow such an administration who tells you what to do and what not to? When you were independent yourselves and lived life the best way you knew, they emerge out of nowhere to impose upon you through the government that you cannot eat such and such. You cannot do this or that. When in the first place, these were food unharmed and non-harming. And these were things that weren't prohibited or caused any suffering or loss. Then why would they intervene into your lives and try to make easy things difficult, just to heed a hoax? Let us know what you think on such alarming opinions by the Dems in the comments down below. And if you've liked this report, please share among friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to Top Stories Today. Thank you for tuning in to TST. I'm David Ravine. See you in the next one.